Edgar Street, head coach Mark Richards. What would you put the difference between the sides down to today?
I think we hit the self-destruct button. I think 24th to 29 minutes, I think we conceded 3 goals. So we kind of self-imploded. I thought the first 10-15 minutes we were doing well, executing the game plan okay, and then hit a self-destruct button. That first one went in, and then we looked all over the shop, and we didn't really get ourselves back on track. Nobody really grabbing hold of it, taking charge of it. A bit of organisation, lack of confidence. It then did look like, and nowhere near it today.
Because 2 of the goals came from crosses from wide, one from the right and one from the left. Is it a question of not getting close?
No, I just watched them back. So yeah, it was all 3 goals were really, really sloppy. And I've got to be honest, I didn't see that performance coming. Bearing in mind where we've been in terms of performance levels, not necessarily the points, but the performance levels, didn't see that sort of in us happening today. But you know, it's cruel. It can be cruel at times, and we're 3-0 down, and we've got a mountain to climb, and trying to get the lads going, and you know, getting them realising that, you know, they've just scored 3 against us in the first half. Can we go and do the same in the second half? And just kind of huffed and puffed, and it just wasn't good enough today. Simple.
What do you feel was missing? Was it a lack of a sort of a battling attitude in there?
Look, I think the mistakes, you know, you look at how sloppy the goals were. You know, all 3 were really, really bad. The second was an own goal. The third one was our own doing from the kick-off. Really, really sloppy. And like I said, I didn't see that in terms of how we have been playing. So really frustrating from our perspective, but something that we've got to kind of dust ourselves down and go again.
You've put the emphasis very much on youth since you've been here, youngsters coming in. Did that backfire to a little degree today? Do you think it was a question of men against boys?
I think when we came in to the role, we knew the challenge in front of us. We know what a tough league is, you know, and know how difficult this National League North is, and we were under no illusions that it was going to be a tough road. And you know, that's proven so. You know, we obviously picked up some good points and some good performances in the last sort of 4 or 5, but you know, that just shows you today, you know, they're in and around us in terms of that bottom, and they were the better team, and they deserve to win today. So I think youth experience, I think, yeah, we've still got to be, you know, shaping what we're going to do with this squad, and how we're going to get ourselves putting in better performances to ensure that something like this doesn't happen again.
Because you haven't got long, it's obviously Southport,
Yep.
and a huge game on Tuesday. What can you do between now and then?
Yeah, so it's obviously a quick turnaround. So in some respects that's good, because you can get straight back to it on Tuesday. Obviously just assess if we've got any sort of knocks, niggles, injuries, and you know, very little in terms of what we can do in terms of the squad. But you know, in terms of what we can sort of touch on and what we can tweak, then you know, I think the lads are, you know, they're pretty sort of honest. They understand what went wrong today in terms of that 5-10 minute of just self-imploding. So frustrating, very frustrating, gutted, but we've just got to dust ourselves down and go again.
Will you change the system at home? Will you perhaps play 4 at the back instead of the 3 central defenders? Because that may be the way forward.
Yeah, I think it's something that you obviously saw a little bit. Boston, you saw a bit today. It's probably something that we have looked at. It's just making sure we've got the right personnel in terms of that we can do it and do it properly. You look at some of the teams that do it well, you know, at this level, and it's, you know, it's effective. But I think it's looking at what's the right shape for the personnel that we've got. So you know, as that sort of changes, maybe we can look at changing the shape as well.
So there's talk of a sort of a commanding centre half type figure. How close are you to bringing something like that in?
Yeah, I think it's something, you know, across the board, not just centre half, but it's across the board, ensuring that we improve in all areas. You know, we're going to constantly do that. I think wherever you are on the table, I think you're always constantly looking to improve your squad. So that's something that I'm sure we will continue to do wherever we are in the table. So yeah, that's something we're constantly on the lookout for.
How long has Matt Yates, the goalkeeper, got left of his loan period?
Yeah, so Matt Yates is originally till the 12th, but it has been extended till January. I know, you know, obviously Martin's gone out to get a couple of games, and you know, I'd rather bring that up now to say that, you know, there's no indication that Martin is leaving us. It's literally to get a couple of games. It's that injury that he had in the Welling game was pretty bad, so to have a few games and get his confidence back in terms of just playing against competitive football will be really beneficial to hopefully all of us.
So it's a question of him getting lured, match fit within 2 games in 3 days.
You know, he had 3 weeks where he didn't train because we were making sure that he was, you know, okay in that sort of return to play protocol with concussion. So, you know, even Maka, when he came back in for that Cinderford game, because he had obviously the gash on his head, it's a weird one to get back into. So that first game back, it's important that you get some sort of competitive minutes, not just in training, under your belt before maybe you could be checked in here. Same with Simmer. Obviously Simmer's gone to get some minutes as well and get that match fitness, because then hopefully he's ready to go for us.
A couple of players, a couple of fans are still questioning where is the likes of Elliot Richards. What about Lance Smith? What's the position?
Yeah, so Elliot's not far away. He's been having lots of treatment. He had acupuncture the other night, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, he might be okay for Tuesday. Might not make it, but shouldn't be too far away. Lance has been a tricky one. We had to get him a scan, we had to get his ankle assessed, and he's had a cortisone injection. So again, fingers crossed, he shouldn't be too far away, but we're just having to take that one sort of day by day at the moment.
So coming back to the Southport game, that really does look like a 6-pointer. Hereford now in the bottom 3, of course.
Yeah, look, you know, the league doesn't lie at the moment. We are in the bottom 3, and you know, the one thing we need to take into account is early in the season. You know, we're sort of just over a third into the season. There's plenty of games to go. You know, you only have to put a run on. You see how tight it is. You put a run of 3-4 games together, and all of a sudden you're in the top 10. So yeah, it's tough, and we know it was going to be tough, and we got some work to do.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thank you.
You spoke about the one lad from Derby. What about the other lad?
Yeah, so Ethan's they've both been extended till January, yeah.
Okay, so that gives you a little bit of manoeuvre room in the fact that hopefully Lagarde will be available again.
Yeah, Jordan was obviously
That's
suspended.
one
So Jordan was suspended for today, unfortunately. But yeah, he becomes available for Tuesday.
And will that influence you perhaps going back to 4-4-2?
That's something I've got to look at. Yeah, I'll watch the game back, you know, and go through some of the key incidents today, and just see what and also look at Southport and see what's going to work best against them.
And how much do you think we missed Jordan today? Because the defence seemed to be completely different to the last couple of games.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought first 10-15 minutes we were fine. We were a bit more dominant than we have been in previous weeks, and we were camping in their half. But after that first goal game, we kind of we just hit the self-destruct button. So once you're 3-0 down after that 29 minutes, it's a bit of a mountain to climb, and we gave ourselves a massive mountain to climb second half.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Captain.